Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, we are here taking a look at the brand new Ford Everest that's coming out later on this year, but this is strictly for the Australian market. If you know Ford, they've been going ham with their SUVs, their crossovers, because the market, that's where the market is right now. Everybody wants to buy SUVs, crossovers, hatchbacks because they offer way more room when it comes to interior space. There's no doubt about it that hatchbacks, as well as crossovers, SUVs, these offer you the most amount of space. Now, this is the brand new 2023 Ford Everest for the Australian market, and it's going to be going on sale later on this year. Now, when I saw the interior of this vehicle, besides this nice little shot here from Car Scoops, we're gonna go in depth a little bit more in a few minutes. I'm just letting you guys see these beautiful looking shots. I mean, look at that, man. It's handling that little tiny stream like a champ. And there's gonna be a whole array of accessories when it comes to this. It kind of seems like Ford is going towards the global platform. Um, I'll show you what I mean. When it comes to the front of the vehicle, the way that it looks, it kind of reminds me of the Maverick just a little bit. Other than that, it's gonna have the capability of the Ford Ranger when it comes to the driving platform. At least that's what it looks like. If they're aiming for that off-roading, then that's the kind of platform that it's going to be built on. It's the Ford Ranger platform. Even the interior looks like Ford Ranger platform. As always, there's going to be different trims, as you can see right there. You saw the platinum trim. It gives you that leather seat. Looks absolutely stunning. And you have that nice little interior, which looks exactly like the Ford Ranger. So let's go ahead and cover the article. I know if you want to see the full video, I will leave a link in the description, as well as the links to the article is going to be in the description for you to go check it out yourself. So let's go copy. I mean, copy. Let's go cover the article. Obviously, let's do that now. So here we are. Um, Obviously, this is for the Australian market, as I stated before, but it's also going to be offered throughout the Asian Pacific as well as Africa, but not to Europe or North America. Now, the only reason I can think of that they're not going to be offering it in the United States because obviously you have the Ford Expedition. So you have that, and then you also have the yeah, what I was saying before, like there's so many different SUVs, crossovers, etc. in the United States market. So it makes absolutely no sense. I want to say kind of like I'm not sure if the Explorer is available for the Australian market, and if it isn't, then the Everest is kind of like the version of the Explorer, except that one is more like more off-roading because obviously the Australian, it's more like a lot of outdoorsy, so it makes sense for them to offer this kind of vehicle specifically for those markets as well as Africa and Asian Pacific areas that are really, like a lot more outdoors. And you have all of your settings for off-roading, for high, for low, for A, all that good stuff for you. But when it comes to the United States, we have the 2022, we got the EcoSport, the 2022 Escape, we got the Bronco, we got the Explorer, the Edge, the Mustang Mach E, as well as the Expedition. So there's a ton of different array of, you know, SUVs and crossovers if you're interested in, especially in the American market as well as the European market. That's why the Everest is not available at the European market and United States as well too, because the market is there's plenty here. Since Ford stopped making cars, well, the only one that they're making now is just the Mustang. Other than that, all you have is just trucks and SUVs. And there's when I click to the Maverick, when you look at the front and you compare it to the, let me see if I can get a better photo, to the Everest, it looks very similar. See that? It's very similar. And if you compare it to the Ranger 2, it's going to be similar. Like, I feel like they're just going on a global platform to make their cars similar. I mean, they're not the only ones that's done that. Honda, as well as Acura, they tend to do that, like copy some of the design language, and that trickles over to their other brands as well too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, um, but I would like a car to be completely different than everything else that's on the road. But that's just me. Let me see if I can find that Ford Ranger. But I might have to pull up a 2023 that the new Ranger, the Raptor Ranger that's coming out this year. It's going to be available in the United States as well as other markets as well too. But the Everest, man, that looks pretty badass, especially with the capabilities. So you can do a bunch of different things if you're interested in. So let's go ahead and check out the power plant. Comes in that amazing engine. You know how much I love that V6 EcoBoost engine. It's so lovely, so lovely. Okay, so here we go. Powertrains. So it comes with two engines will be offered for Australian market: a 2-liter bio turbo diesel 4-cylinder and a 3-liter turbo diesel V6, both of which are coupled to a 10-speed. So I lied to you. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was wrong. They have fantastic engines. They have the 2-liter bio turbo diesel and a 4-cylinder and a 3-liter turbo diesel V6, both of which are coupled to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power and torque numbers of these engines haven't been announced, but we know the entry, Ambiente, and Trend variants will be offered with a rear-wheel drive, while other variants have a permanent 4-wheel drive system that uses electronic controlled on-demand 2-speed electromechanical transfer case. And of course, the interior looks absolutely stunning. Looks very similar to the Ford Ranger, the Raptor one that I showed you guys. If you haven't checked that video out, I recommend you go watch it if you're interested in that one. Storage wise, there's going to be a ton of storage and, of course, ton of space for your feet. 60-40 split seat back, with the platinum models having a 50-50 split third row that can be folded with the touch of a button. When it comes to like large SUVs, the third row seat is not designed for tall people like myself. I'm 6'1", and it's not designed for me. Like I get really cramped back there, like literally, or I would have to sit like sideways in order for me to fit back there. And the roof line too, depending on how low the roof is, my head will be like hitting in the back seat there. I mean, I've tried to sit back there, especially when we had the Highlander. I think it was a 2017 Highlander. Like, I had trouble sitting back there because it's not designed for a big person like myself. But and like I was saying before, everything here when it comes to the infotainment right here, it's all just completely copied from the Ranger, or at least they're taking those parts from the Ranger and just putting it on the Everest, which makes sense. You save cost that way, so you don't have to design new things, new technologies, and that hasn't really been proven yet. So you're taking something that's already going to be in other cars and you putting it in this vehicle as well too, which is kind of, it's smart. It's smart, cut costs. You got to find a way here, different way. And then of course you have different dials for you to put the vehicle in. You can put it in eco. You can put it to, like, if you want to go off-roading, you can toggle whichever one that you need to do specifically, which is that right there. And then if you're towing, you can put on a mode to where you're towing as well too. And of course, there's going to be tons and tons of accessories. So these are one of the accessories that's going to be available. Like I said, this car is kind of like designed to be super off-roady, especially for the Australian and the Africa market, which is, not a desert. And yeah, so you need something like this. All-wheel drive system definitely comes in handy in those kind of terrains. But yeah, I think it's a badass looking truck. Kind of looks like the Maverick a little bit. But anyway, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You have yourself a very lovely day. I'm sorry you couldn't see me. I'm having problem with OBS yet again. I could never get these things to work correctly. Like, I've installed different version, older version, new version. It doesn't matter. It just does not want to work, but it is what it is. Anyway, have a good day, and I will too, because I'm out.